Hey guys, happy Saturday. Alright, so we're gonna go into the High Priestess and the archetype of the High Priestess. So really interesting information. I started to listen to the audiobook of A.R. Ion by Carl Jung. Holy crap. It is incredible. I mean, I am blown away by what this man, theorized. I mean, it was incredible. So, I mean, and I really don't understand why people say it's the scariest book, because it's really not. Yeah, it's not. So, alright. But yeah, just amazing. Those videos are so amazing. And I don't know who it is that's doing these videos, but whoever you are, thank you. I will have to look you up in my history, and personally, thank you. So we have the High Priestess. Alright, so she's about mystery. She's about balance. So we have the B and the J, and yeah, I know, it sounds funny, but whatever. So we have the light, we have the balance of the light, we have the balance of the darkness. So without one, we can't have the other. They have to be integrated into our shadow self. So what she is doing, basically, to me, is she is, saying, hey, listen, we need to, not repress or suppress these negative emotions. We need to let them out, but we need to let them out in a positive way, in a way that we can, advance, and we can, truly learn from those negative attributes within ourselves. So that would be, in Jungian psychology and the archetypes, this is a major one. So we have Isis also, and we have the depiction of the Virgin Mary. So she has the, and this is also in Jungian psychology, the woman, when, the end of the world is supposed to come. Take that with a huge grain of salt. So, the Bible. Literally, it says, well, this is from Hebrew, the lady, she came down from the heavens to slay 2 beasts that rise from the sea. So, Leviathan is the one that rises from the sea. It's supposedly, again, a huge grain of salt, like the biggest one you can find. Maybe like one of those giant ones you find that wash up on shore, and then they collectively, like rock, rock salt, whatever. Yeah, those. So yeah, she is, positioned with the moon down here, and then she also has the moon up here on top of her head, and then she also has the full moon. So that's also, a symbol of the Mother Maiden and crone. So she embodies all of those archetypes in one. And it's really beautiful. So behind her, I don't even know what's behind her. It's a tapestry of what it looks like is either grapes or pomegranates, with a very beautiful blue ocean in the background. So that would be the subconscious mind, everything in the subconscious mind being revealed to you. Literally, archetype, literally. So, and she has a cross on her. It's an equal armed cross, and she also holds a scroll. I think it says Torah. I'm not 100% sure. So we have a lot of Christian symbolism. We have a lot of pagan symbolism. We have a lot of ceremonial symbolism, ceremonial magic. We have a lot of Solomon, Temple of Solomon with the 2 pillars. We have a lot of Jungian, archetype within this card. So, I mean, it's just that card. I've never really, dealt with that card in such a way. And then what it seems to be like is that she is, the bottom of her gown is actually a part of the ocean. So we have that, the Virgin Mary, Lilith, Isis, whatever goddess you want to, attribute that to. So this is just the definition. So again, this is a really good one. This is the book that I do recommend just for the archetypal meanings. Any book that comes with your deck, this is a complete guide to the tarot by Eden Gray. I don't know if you can get this book anymore. I don't even know when I got this book. It's old. It's very old. So yeah, alright, so we have the High Priestess, so this is amazing. So she is going to teach us a lot today. So, alright, the High Priestess is seated between 2 pillars from the Temple of Solomon. The black pillar of Boaz, representing the negative life force, but we have to have the negative life force in order to have positive. In love, we have to, in order to feel joy and love, and fall in love, we have to feel the agony and the pain. So, I mean, it just goes one, it's the 2 sides of the coin. of the same coin. It's just, on a different scale, just like we went when we did the 7 Hermetic Principles. So, and the white one, Jashin, the positive life force. So Thomas Troward, in his book The Hidden Power, has this to say about the 2 pillars before the temple. They contain the key to the entire Bible and to the whole order of nature, as emblems of 2 great principles that are the pillars of the universe. They fitly stood the threshold at that temple, which was designed to symbolize all of the mysteries of being. So, literally everything about ourselves, about the collective unconsciousness, about our subconscious mind, that is what this is. That is this card. Unveiling secrets, tapping into the potential psychic powers, awakening them, bringing them out into your consciousness, and, really getting into it, and really, getting in touch with the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine inside, and bringing that balance about. So, alright, where did I go? Okay, so the High Priestess is protecting on her lap a scroll of esoteric wisdom inscribed with the word Torah. Torah means divine law. That would be the laws of nature, the 7 Hermetic Principles, or, all of the laws of nature, Einstein, all of them. So, where'd I go? Okay, folks, for it is not for all eyes to see. Now, the solar cross on her breast, with arms of equal length, represents the balance of the opposite, or of the positive and negative forces. So the upright is the positive male element, the horizontal the negative female element, and then the veil between the pillars is decorated with pomegranates, female, and palms, which are male, symbols indicating that the subconscious is potentially reproductive. So our subconscious, when it is impregnated with archetypal symbols like these, like the cards, they leak into our subconscious in birth, and we talk, and that's when we get ideas and expressions, and those downloads of information, and epiphanies, and just all kinds of amazing stuff. So it is. Our mind is totally reproductive, so it can produce and it totally, I think of channeling when that happens too, because it comes from the subconscious mind. So it's very interesting. Now the edge of her gown, which balances the crescent moon at her feet, trails out of the picture, indicating the stream of consciousness, which flows into the background of key 3, the Empress. So they're all connected. We are still on the Fool's journey. Now the Fool is encountering this knowledge of the subconscious, and trying to figure it all out, and trying to bring it to balance, and all of that. So, and it reappears in later cards. It reappears in every single card. So the High Priestess is the virgin daughter of the moon, and wears on her head the symbol of a full moon, which, with a waxing and waning image of the moon on each side. So she is the eternal feminine, sometimes called Isis or Artemis. She corresponds to all of the virgin goddesses of the ancient world, even to Eve before her union with Adam. So she is spiritual enlightenment, inner illumination, whereas the Fool and the Magician represent only the potentiality, the will, to create. The High Priestess has a latent talent to manifest. She is the link between the seen and the unseen. So, with the whole Bible thing, though, I totally understand that, and I totally understand where they got the concept for the whole Bible thing within, between the pillars, the mysteries of what is going on with her. So it's just really amazing. But the stream of consciousness that does flow into the other cards with this High Priestess card is pretty amazing. So in the videos yesterday, this is very, very synchronistic, which means, you're on the right spot, you're, on the right track, which is synchronicity. So, whatever the guy was talking about, basically, was talking about, alright, so, this does go along with the black and the white, the negative and the positive, which is not inherently evil, so, but it's just a balance of the two. We have to have one, or we can't have both. If there's no darkness, there's no light. If there's no light, there's no darkness. So, what was I going to say? It's really interesting that, the 2 fish. So Jesus was evidently born in the period of Aquarius, or Pisces. But two fish came from this. So we have the fish, the upright fish, which, you see Christians use that fish symbol and all that, blah, blah, blah. And then we have the other one, which is I don't like Antichrist. I don't like that word. I think it's stupid. I mean, it's not inherently Antichrist. But then the second fish, which is what Jung called the Antichrist. So, but that is still that aspect of Jesus. So that is that aspect of God. That is, the aspect that God threw away, didn't want to recognize in himself, was the inherent negative side. So all of the plagues, the famines, all of this. It's interesting. So Jesus also had that side. And what happens when it all comes together? It's going to merge. And then that's when, supposedly, the world is going to be all peaceful and, heaven on earth and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, there's a lot of esoteric meaning behind this card and within it, and it is incredible. It really is incredible. So the pomegranates, those are, those are very sacred fruits. Those are sacred fruits to, Middle Eastern and, God, everywhere, literally. And I've been reading a lot of the Children of Cain, so the pomegranate is in that book as well. So as the High Priestess, there's a whole chapter dedicated to her, and those chapters are like 100 pages each. It's ridiculously long, but it's worth it. But no, I see the pomegranate, and then I see what she has, in her eyes. So she's kind of not really looking directly at us. She's kind of looking to her left a little bit. So it's like she has some secrets to tell us. She has something to tell us. So with that, the balance. Where will you find your balance? Everything is perfectly balanced in this picture, in this card. So it's pretty interesting. It's very interesting, actually. Alright, so we have the Temple of Solomon, and then we have her throne, and then obviously she is, she's the queen. So she is, again, she's representative of all the virgin goddesses, archetypal virgin goddesses and everything. So how would you guys use this archetype of the High Priestess in your daily life? What could you take out of this card and really, integrate that within yourself, the archetype? So that's just the collective unconsciousness streaming out into our consciousness, giving birth to new ideas, new wisdom, new esoteric wisdom, new knowledge, enlightenment. So all of that enlightenment, and the mind is very reproductive. So you plant a seed in your mind and it grows, and that's a saying that my dad taught me or told me, and I've always, I've kind of stuck with it so far. But I'm really, really happy with this card. Everything is perfectly balanced. There is literally nothing is unbalanced, except it looks like the black pillar is just a little bit bigger than the white one. So that would represent that she is more of the subconscious and the collective consciousness of what is, the archetype of the High Priestess. So, these Rider-Waite cards are the best, I think, to actually, get these messages from. So just the arts, beauty, everything, inside beauty, not outside beauty, spiritual beauty within paintings, so whatever, we're, channeling now that the High Priestess came from the Fool into the journey with the Magician, with only the potential to create, but now we have the final to manifest what we've been wanting to manifest. So it's stages. You guys are saying that it's stages of, growth and, maturity and, just that. So it can go along with, like puberty. It can go along with, our life, the Fool beginning, birth, and then, with the Magician learning, and then the High Priest manifestation, taking what we've learned from the Magician and the Fool, what the Fool did learn when he crossed that precipice, and then what the Magician learned from pulling down from the collective consciousness of the High Priestess card. So we have all that going for us. So it's pretty interesting. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Nothing else is really coming into my mind. Nothing much at all. Except for many gods or many goddesses. Many goddesses. So, it's all about the opposites. You have got to have the opposites for that, for the balance to be here. So, I mean, just like a battery. We have the negative, we have the positive, so if you put it, in backwards, it's not going to work. You put it in the correct way, pop the back cover back on, there you go, it works. So that's pretty much the concept of that. We have to plug those batteries in, drain, or not drain it, but get it from the subconscious, let it seep out into the conscious, and then it's going to flow, stream of consciousness down here from the subconscious. So that is where the mind becomes reproductive, and it's I could go on for a good couple of hours, but I won't. So I just thought that was really, really interesting. Really interesting. And it's kind of like, the duality within ourselves too. So, somebody like a man that is too, very masculine, and, it rejects, anything, effeminate about themselves. So that would be, suppressing a part of yourself. And then that person is actually more feminine inside than out, and then vice versa. So it's very interesting. It's really interesting. So yeah, it's just the interplay of opposites, the interplay of all of our opposites within ourselves, within every living thing. So it's incredible, and that's what I love about it. She is very inspiring today. Alright, let's do some coffee talk. We have not done any kind of coffee talk, but I'm pretty impressed by just, the Archetypes, Ion, that book, that audio book. Everybody said it was, scarier than hell, and I'm going to actually find it for you guys so I can tell you what is going on, or who this is, which I love this, and you're going to get a big shout out. Where is my history? There's my history. Alright. Max Darrett? Ion. Yeah, it's like I'm on 10 right now, so I've watched 10 videos, and it's just amazing. So Max Darrett, or Darrett, you're amazing. So thank you for all of the the interpretations that you do, and you use Minecraft. I don't know what that is. I know it's a video game, and I don't know video games. I don't do video games, but I do like how you do. You incorporate pop culture, which is what I have done with Ouija Pop, is incorporate and integrate pop culture within Ouija Pop. Well, that's like Ouija Pop is bringing more light into the Ouija, kind of trying to get rid of the bad rap. So it's really interesting. It's really interesting how you're bringing, you're explaining things with pop culture and the connection with my Ouija Pop and pop culture, kind of, making it a little better for people to see. A few people have learned, that it's not bad to use the board. So that's what, Ouija was all about. Or that's what Ouija Pop is. Oh wow, and there you are, Max. Darrett or Darrat? I don't know how to say your last name. D-E-R-R-A-T. Darrett. I love your channel. So I do. I'm gonna have to call you. I'm gonna have to give you a shout out here in this title of this video. But I love it. I love it. I think it's amazing. But yeah, you're whatever, leaving out, God leaving out his the negative side of himself, rejecting the shadow side and then projecting it onto humanity. Good going. But I like that. I really do like how you put that all into words. It was really good. Actually, it was beyond good. It was fantastic. And I wish I could get these thoughts out before I do videos, but then they start to unravel. So it's alright. Careless, hi you. I like the card. It even has Viking symbolism in it. The serpent eating its tail. Have a nice day. Love from Mars. Aw. Yeah, it does have symbolism from the Viking symbols in it and all of it, so it's very universal. That's why it's universal. Everybody in every culture can understand every single one of these cards, an aspect from them. So I think that's wonderful. Alright, Gustavo, it's nice. Hi, my brother. Alright, Gustavo, hi brother, hi brother. Falcon Moon, how are you? How are you? Ooh, this was highly enjoyable, Ryan. Thank you. Love you. I love you too, very much. Thank you. Wow. Alright. Oh, Gustavo, hi. Hi. Hola. Alright, they call me Joey. Whoa. Okay, so do you have to do this rosary, or is there a Santísima Muerte version? This is hers. She's Catholic. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. She's Catholic. She was exiled from the Catholic Church. La Santísima Muerte. I think it's really disrespectful when you call her Santa Muerte. It is La Santísima Muerte, the Most Holy Death, and that is how she likes to be she likes to be called. That is her rosary. That is her rosario. That is her prayers. All of it. Okay, I have seen specific La Santísima Muerte prayers with no Catholic prayers. She's Catholic. There's no doubt about it. She is Catholic. She likes her Catholicism. She wants to be treated as a saint, and that's how you would approach her. That's her traditional way of working. So, but I don't know if those are correct or not. I don't think they are. I just have a lot of religious trauma with the Catholic Church, and I don't think I can do the original prayers. Yeah, I mean, that's her though. So that is what La Santísima Muerte is. She is Catholic. She is an exiled Catholic saint. So, I respect her origins that are said to be Catholic, but I've read a lot of things arguing whether or not that's true, if she's actually pagan. She is not, no. That you can draw aspects of different goddesses from pagan culture, though, with La Santísima Muerte? No, she's not pagan. She's Catholic. Alright, so. And I respect the Catholic faith, not the church or the harmful ideas formed from it, so I want to be respectful, but I can't handle the religious trauma and how wrong I feel participating in Catholicism. I don't blame you. If there isn't any other correct way to do it, then I guess I just leave the rosary out. Yep. Yeah. You would just leave the rosary out. But again, she loves Our Father, the Apostles' Creed. Yeah, those are all saints, all the prayers from Catholicism are, yeah, it's always, she is very much involved with Jesus and the church and Catholics, and they won't ever admit that, though, so that's why there's so much, arguing between, okay, well, La Santísima Muerte, she can be seen in other, like Aztec and Mayan and, just different cultures, so she's cultural. Every culture has a figure of death, and this is her in Catholicism that they kind of wiped away. And they won't admit it, so that is why there's so much conflict. But yeah, if you feel really uncomfortable, don't do the Catholic prayers. I did the version, my thing on the Bible, and I was depressed for like 2 years. So just, yeah, I would leave it out. So I haven't become a devotee at the moment. I am just an enthusiast, learning more and deciding or not if I feel ready to go down this path. If you want to, personally, what I've been taught was her traditional ways, that you do it the way it is taught in traditional La Santísima Muerte way. That would be Catholic prayers. So I have never ever seen, prayers. I mean, there are prayers without mentioning Jesus or anything, but they're all connected to Jesus and Catholicism and the saints. So, like the Litany of the Saints, yeah, everything Catholic, she is. So she's Catholic, so I'm sorry. I know it sucks. Trust me, I understand. 100%. Alright, Careless. Funny that we're talking about the Fool card today. I almost fell in an icy river with a tractor today. Have a nice day, Ryan from Mars. Oh my god, be careful. Don't fall in the river on a tractor. No. Be careful. You poor thing. Alright, Gustavo. Soul of Thorns. How are you? How is it going? Learning the archetypes. Or archetypes. Alright. Who else? Soul of Thorns, I'm quite curious what you can say about the archetypal mind of your perspective of psychology and or ego divine consciousness. The ego is basically everything that tells us we can't do it. You're a failure. You're not going to be good enough. You're not okay. Everything's your fault. Everything is wrong that you do. That's the ego. That has nothing to do with divine consciousness. That's the ego that we must shed. So we must actually go into the ego, and those are shadow. That's shadow. So we have to embrace those and take them in and transform them. Divine consciousness, I think we can tap into because it is the collective unconscious of what is going on. In Jungian psychology, it's very different. So it's all about the individuation process of the self, integrating the archetypes and the shadows within ourselves. So it's very psychological, but I do think, that's my I think that, God or goddess, spirit, source is pretty much a giant brain that thinks. So what it thinks is what comes about. That's basically I'll have to think about that one a little more. Spirit Files, I'm sorry. Hi, how are you? My Kim Layman, my Skyly Sullivan, I love you. Amber Hawkins, hi you, I love you. Very much. Very, very, very much. Alright. Sixth Dream, why no more Ouija? I do. Alright, Witch of the Black Rose. Well, that was fun. That was really fun. I mean, everything kind of coincided with the High Priestess. So, a very interesting day. Very cool day. But alright, guys. I hope you enjoy. I love you all very, very, very much. And thank you guys for your amazing comments. You guys are all wonderful. And, well, let me know what you guys think below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, all my love, always from Venus. All the way back down. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So please be safe, stay healthy. I love you all. And let me know what you guys think.